Come back.
So Ivan, what is happening?
So I'm preparing for my first Q&A ever. We've got some wonderful questions. Thank you every single one of you who's actually asked questions and not just watched and then just ignored it. Very, very nice of you. So we are preparing with some chairs.
Is the cameraman going to get a chair as well?
Nope.
For me.
We've got to find some flat stones. Maybe? It's fun. Q&A time, my first Q&A ever, and today we're going to smash it. I've got a bunch of guys who have given me beautiful questions. Thank you so much, everyone. You know who you are, and we're going to go straight into the first question. So, bulking and cutting, which one to do first? Now obviously this depends a lot on the individual. There's no one size fits all of this. However, in my humble opinion, I believe bulking first is the best answer for most people. If you're not fat, and you're not obese, you don't need to cut for health problems. I believe a slow, lean bulk while building your muscular base with big, heavy compounds, basic exercises, progressive overload. That's the best way to go about it, because if you build a strength base and a muscle base in your first year, yeah, you might not have razor sharp abs or whatever, but then you can always cut later, and that is much more effective than just trying to recomposition a whole year. You'll get much more progress done. So for most people, I'd say bulking, but if you do need to cut, be my guest. Cutting is it can be vital for your health. Some people are overweight, then cut first, but most people bulk. And a follow-up of the bulk and cut question, the best way to bulk and the best way to cut. Now this is my opinion once again. The best, most optimal way I would say is to track your macros, track your calories, and make sure you get your protein in and everything, and be really precise, and slow bulks and slow cuts. But for most people, I actually recommend not counting calories. I recommend weighing yourself every day. So for example, the best way to bulk would be maybe add extra meals, add an extra sandwich in between a lunch and a breakfast, add extra portions, add extra little things, drink some milk with your food rather than water. I mean, these little things, make sure they add up, and if you're not gaining fast enough, you just add another thing, and this is much better and much easier than just tracking everything, and this is what I do personally, and obviously I have a better result for like a 15-year-old who doesn't track anything. So anyways, cutting is a bit more difficult because you can often trick yourself into thinking that you're eating a lot, into that you're eating little but you're actually eating a lot. But for most people, the best way, in my opinion, is intermittent fasting. So you would go without breakfast and you don't eat any extra little meals, like extra sandwiches, that extra glass of milk, like what you're doing when you're bulking. Don't do that. Eat just 1 to 2 meals a day, and you should, the more meals you take away from your day, the more you should lose weight. And this is what I did when I got shredded in the beginning of this year, when I was focusing on pull-ups and Taekwondo and stuff. So basically intermittent fasting, and if you're not losing weight fast enough, will take away a bit of your portion sizes, maybe take away another little mini meal, etc. And also eat healthy, eat a lot of greens, eat a lot of protein, not as much fat and carbs as you would on a bulk. Anyways, next question. What is your favorite biceps exercise? Good question, my man. When it comes to biceps, I'm not the best guy around. I don't focus really much on biceps, but the best thing that you can do for biceps is actually not curls. I would say it's weighted chin-ups, because the reason is you're not only building your biceps, you're building your lats and everything. You're also training a basic human movement pattern, and you're going to get a lot stronger than if you just do curls. And here's the thing, if you maximize your chin-up strength, you're not going to be lacking in the bicep or the lats, and a bunch of other muscles as well. So I would just say, get as strong as you can on weighted chin-ups. How much total weight can you pull? Try to increase that, okay? If you increase it by 10+% and more, you should see a little improvement in the biceps. Sorry about the sound over there. But yeah, weighted chin-ups, and then for people who really struggle, I would say add some extra curls, but don't do a lot. Just try to increase your performance. So say you're doing 5 sets of 10 with 30 kilos, well, try and do 5 sets of 10 with 31 or 32.5, etc. Just try to get stronger on all the movements that involve your little bicep. Anyways, next question. What's your cardio schedule like? And what is your preferred time of day to train? Okay, so the second question is really up to you, but the first question, what's your cardio schedule like? For most people, I would recommend like 1 to 3 days a week, pretty intense cardio, but personally right now I'm not very good with my cardio. I'm doing cardio like once or twice a week, high intensity cardio, and then I do like low intensity steady state cardio, just for my health and everything, a couple times a week as well. But during the summer I will switch to a 7 days a week cardio schedule, so where I'm doing 3 intense workouts. So one where I'm running up a really long hill, one where I'm running up a shorter hill with tires, and one where I'm doing a long run, and then the other 4 days will be cycling. So that's how I'm going to increase my cardio for the summer. But right now, twice a week.
And for me that is a bit hard to hear because I'm going to be doing it with him, so that's going to be quite hard actually.
Correct. Anyways, what's your preferred time of day to train? Personally for me, it's not really night time, it's more like afternoon-ish, maybe 3 o'clock or something, but oftentimes we're in school and stuff, we can't really do that. So for me, like, as long as it's not really close to my sleeping time, like within an hour after waking up and within an hour when I'm going to go to sleep, it's fine. Anyways, next question. Sleep is something I've been struggling with, so if you could help
Förlåt. När du vill.
Sleep is something I've been struggling with, so could you help me with that? Yeah, my man. Sleep is actually pretty basic in my opinion. To maximize your sleep, first of all, I would say make sure you're getting in your 8 hours at least. For me personally, I try to hit 9 hours. I often don't hit it, but try to hit 9 hours if you're really going for the gains, but like 8 hours is good. And when it comes to sleep, my general recommendations would be to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends, and this is how you maximize like your body clock and everything. And I would recommend also turning off all lights, especially like phones, tablets, like maybe computers, TV, etc. 1 hour before you're going to bed. This means that your body will kind of get used to it getting darker and darker, because the light emitted from phones and stuff, screens, it's the same type of light that comes from, or the same wavelength that comes from the sun, and the sun makes you obviously want to be awake. So turn off all your phones 1 hour before bed and stuff, and wake up the same time, go to bed the same time every day, and make sure you're getting your time to sleep. And if it's hard to go to sleep, put some extra time in. Give yourself an extra 20 minutes to fall asleep so that you can still hit the 8 hours. Don't just go to bed when it's 8 hours left until you need to wake up. Go to bed when it's like 8.5 if it takes you half an hour to fall asleep, etc.
And can you recommend some kind of like times you can do it, like 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock?
Maybe for me like 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock works for many people's schedules. You could also do 10 o'clock to 7 o'clock, but like you know what I mean, like
9 is good.
8 to 9 hours. And if you're really like super focused and you have a lot of time, take 10 hours, man, because 10 hours, like, you'll have really good recovery. Anyways, next question.
Filmar.
I'm kind of busy. I've no time to go to the gym. What can I do? Great question, and this is a life situation that many people are in. First of all, I'd like to ask you, do you really not have time for the gym? Like, do you not have 1 hour twice a week? You don't have that? Like, because that is pretty close to the bare minimum. You don't have 1 hour twice a week? Like, you can't go in on a weekend, take an hour, and then grab an hour somewhere during the work week? You don't have that time? Well, in that case, I would recommend high volume calisthenics on the daily. High frequency is the name of the game, and in that case, I would recommend doing push-ups, pull-ups, and pistol squats, because they are like the base movements of getting good with calisthenics, and other movements as well, and increasing your volume over time. Say you're doing 50 push-ups on your first your first day, and you try to increase that over time. And if you get to 1,000 push-ups, you obviously have a lot bigger chest, a lot bigger triceps, and you'll be a lot more jacked than me. So that's what you want to do. You just want to increase the volume. Do them every morning, every evening. It might take 5-10 minutes out of your day, twice a day. Like you probably have time for that. And then the problem though is that calisthenics, you kind of miss the benefits of heavy pulls like deadlifts. You also miss squatting, like squatting heavy. But you could get those benefits if you just go into the gym 1 day a week for like 20-30 minutes. You could do some deadlifts, and then you got all the benefits. And like that is how I would go about it personally. 1 gym workout a week where I'm doing deadlifts, trying to increase the weight, and for like 5 reps or 10 reps or something. And then all the other days I would do high volume calisthenics, pistol squats, push-ups, maybe handstand push-ups, pull-ups, maybe inverted rows if you can't do pull-ups, etc. So just increase the volume and train every day with calisthenics, morning and evening. Next question. How many exercises per session per muscle group? Okay, this depends completely upon your goals. For me personally, I don't do really isolation exercises. I don't do a chest exercise and then like I don't know, delt exercise and then I don't know, a tricep push down. That's not what I do. I just do compound movements basically for the absolute most part, and that's what I recommend too. So when I say muscle groups, I don't believe in splitting it up into muscle groups. I believe into splitting it up into movement patterns. So for example, horizontal pressing, for example bench press, vertical pressing, overhead press for example, horizontal pull, rows, vertical pull, chin-ups, pull-ups, and that's how I'd split it up, because then you're going to hit all the muscles. And so basically it depends completely upon your goals and how serious you are with your training. To me, actually 1 exercise per session per muscle group, if you're doing full body, so you're training several times a week, like that is more than enough. And that's what I'm doing. Actually, that's what I did with Bulgarian training basically. I did an exercise that would hit every muscle group decently hard, and I just kept going every single day. And you don't need to do 10 exercises per muscle group. Rather, you need to do 1 exercise, hit some good volume with it, hit some good weight, rest a bit, and then you know, the next session go in and hit another exercise or the same exercise. But the most important thing is, like I always preach, get as strong as possible. If your bench press isn't going up, your chest isn't getting bigger. Okay, next question. What are the most common mistakes beginners make in the gym? Good question, simple answer. Oftentimes you're trying to stay too lean. You're trying to get shredded, you're trying to lose weight and fat, and therefore you're losing muscle simultaneously, which sucks. Another problem I see is people are training way too much, chest, shoulders, like arms. They're not doing big full body compound movements. They're not focusing on actually getting stronger in like your legs, your glutes, like your lower back. Important muscles that actually can help you with your health, etc. So do more compound movements. Don't starve yourself. Another thing I would like to say is like, don't just do tricep push downs and stuff. Actually try to get stronger on like the bench press. Try to get stronger on the overhead press. And another thing is, don't just go into the gym and destroy yourself. Train more often and actually focus on progression. So yeah, you might, when you got into the gym today and you did a 60 kilo bench press 5 sets of 5, and it was pretty challenging. Don't go in the next time and do 5 sets of 5 with 60 kilos. Go in and do 5 sets of 5 with 62.5, or do 5 sets of 5 and then on the last do an extra set of 3. Like increase something every time you go to the gym if you are a novice, and most of the guys who are watching me are novices, because I myself am a novice. And yeah, those are the most common mistakes. Don't starve yourself, focus on compound movements and actually getting stronger, and not just starving yourself and doing isolations all the time. Next question. Do you use any supplements like vitamins? No, my friend. Complete waste of time. For people who aren't competitive athletes who could die for that last 0.5%, supplements are a complete waste of time. And here's the thing, not all supplements even give a good effect. Creatine and a couple others actually have benefits, but for the vast majority of people, including athletes like myself, don't take supplements. They're often spiked with other stuff. They're often actually very unhealthy for you. Some have arsenic in them, some have lead in them. Like they are terrible oftentimes for your body, and not good whatsoever. You can overdose easily, and you can start relying on the vitamin supplement instead of actually eating greens and vegetables and stuff. So no, don't take supplements, in my opinion. Eat a healthy, balanced diet and eat a lot of calories, and like, you will not have a single problem with your vitamins and stuff. Because here's the thing, how much vitamins do you need for maximum muscle gain? I don't know, like way less than what you might think. Like, you don't need twice as much vitamins if you build some muscle. Like, you don't just automatically, like, your vitamin needs don't go up as much as your calorie needs when you gain weight. And so please, like, don't use supplements, just eat more greens and stuff. And here's the thing, like, humans have survived for an extremely long time without supplements, and we're built to live without supplements. Like, we don't need supplements to survive. This is just marketing, complete bullshit. Don't use supplements, it's a waste of time. Instead, buy higher quality food. Don't take that protein shake, buy a steak instead, and like, eat more meat, eat more milk if you want more protein. Okay, next question.
Filmar 3, 2.
How long have you been working out? Since the 1st of January 2018. Now, I've also been working out on and off, like maybe once a week, since I was like 9 or something. But like, that does not count as training. I had no goals. I just went in and killed myself whenever I felt like it. It could be once a month, twice a week, anything. And I look better than most people, but like, serious training, maybe 1 year tops. Like, really serious training since I turned 15. Next question. Do you train for good-looking muscles, bodybuilder, or strong muscles, powerlifter? First of all, I want to say that you're not a bodybuilder if you train to get bigger and like more defined or whatever, and you're not a powerlifter if you're just trying to increase your squat, bench, and deadlift. Because you're a powerlifter if you compete in powerlifting, you're a bodybuilder if you compete in bodybuilding. These are competitive endeavors. Anyways, I train for strength personally, but here's the thing: the stronger you get, if you are natural, bigger equals stronger within the individual. Yeah, a guy who's smaller than me might be stronger than me, but if he increases his bench press by 10% with the same technique, he gets a bit stronger and his chest will get a little bit bigger. And that is how it works. So like, just train for strength, the aesthetics will come naturally. And if you are natural watching my channel and you're doing bodybuilding training, it's not working for you, switch to a novice program. Ice Cream Fitness 2.0 by Jason Blaha. And you might think, this is unoptimal, blah, blah, blah. Do it for 2 months. Okay, you can DM me and like, it will work for you, because most people don't train with progressive overload, they don't train with compounds. Train to get stronger. Don't fucking go in and do your only biceps and like try to get maximum amount of pump and get really sore. No, you go in the gym 3 times a week and you do your chin-ups and you try to get stronger on them. Next question.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. What is your favorite muscle? So I'm gonna go more with like different groups and not just do a single muscle. I'm gonna do more the full. So aesthetically speaking, for looks, I would say probably your delts, maybe your abs, although abs are very genetic and they're all about lighting and stuff. So like abs, they're not as trainable, so maybe delts, maybe lats, I don't know, for aesthetics. Now for strength, I'd say like maybe adductors, glutes, hamstrings, like your spinal erectors. These are really important muscles for actually being strong. Perhaps your quads too, although the glutes and hamstrings are more important. So yeah, and then for aesthetics, strength, favorite muscle to train. This is more about movement patterns once again. Maybe chin-ups, maybe squats, maybe overhead press, maybe like, I like everything, to be honest with you, but if I had to choose one exercise to do the rest of my life, I'd probably choose squats because it has the most benefits, or the deadlifts. But anyways, next question. Help me get good abs. What is your routine? Okay, man, I don't train abs at all. If I can show you. This is even actually bad lighting, but yeah, this is outdoor lighting. I don't train abs at all. For me, ab training is a waste of time. For most people, just get strong on squats and deadlifts, you'll get a stronger core. But for people who actually want to step up the ab training to the next level, first of all, I like to say that abs are the most dependent on body fat. So, because like, it's basically just muscle definition that you're trying to get. So if you're really obsessed with abs, lose some weight, lose some fat. And another thing you can do is cable crunches. So you hold on to the cable like this and you crunch down, you're standing up, okay? So you grab the cable and you take it around here. You can take it from behind or in front, but anyways, you grab it and then you crunch down like that. And you pull it down really hard. And you work up to close to your body weight for very high reps. You'll automatically have very thick abs, much thicker than mine. You can also do dragon flags. I can do dragon flags personally. So, and you can also do like really high rep, like difficult variations of calisthenics, for example, hanging leg raises to where you're bring your feet all the way up to the bar, like doing 20, maybe even 50 rep sets of that. You'll have pretty good abs. So basically get as strong as possible on like the more difficult ab exercises while getting as lean as possible, and you'll have killer abs. Next question.
By the way, for aesthetics, one more time, for aesthetics, then it is losing weight. If you want to get strong, then you can train
pretty much, but if you're gonna get thicker abs if you get really strong on like cable crunches and stuff, so you don't have to be as lean to have defined abs, but basically just get as strong as possible on ab movements and get as lean as possible. Next question. Who inspired you to start working out? I don't really know. A bunch of different people in like movies and stuff, but it was mainly the general idea of getting stronger and getting bigger and becoming more powerful and healthy. Like it's these things. It's not like I saw a specific person I was like, I want to train. But anyways, a big inspiration to me in the beginning was Arnold. Now I don't really like, I don't care about my aesthetics as much as I used to, so I'm now more inspired by like strong guys, like maybe, I don't know, Louis Simmons. He was a cool dude back in the day, and a bunch of other people. But to me, honestly, I do this more for myself. I'm not like super motivated by others. I just go.
Do you know what I think? I think it came from the Taekwondo. You got inspired by Bruce Lee, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you might have started with that kind of body movements. Yeah. And then you took it to the next level.
Yeah, but basically, to me, like, train for yourself. Like you shouldn't like need a specific inspiration. You just want to better yourself, and this is what it's all about anyways. So next question. Last question of the week. How does your Taekwondo support your weight training without you getting too bulky? Very good question. First of all, I'd like to say I'm a bit too bulky, and I will be way too bulky in the future. But here's the thing, does it matter? No. Because if I stay lean and have good body composition for my weight class, like I'll still have a good competitive chance. Because here's the thing, yeah, I'll be shorter in proportion because I'll have more muscle mass, right? I'll be like a bit shorter and thicker, stockier than most guys in my weight class who are more tall and slim and much faster. But here's the thing, does it matter? No, because I can use the reach like disadvantage to my advantage by fighting closer to them. I can stand closer to my opponents and they'll be kicking past my body and I'll be kicking to their body because I'll be shorter. And that's an advantage. I'll also be stronger, so I can hit harder and have more chance to get points. And here's the thing, like you take your disadvantage, you make that your fucking advantage. Another disadvantage I'll have is that I'll need to have better conditioning to move like more weight in proportion to my frame, etc. But then I also say like this, does it matter? No. Who gives a fuck? Just do more cardio. Work harder and you'll still be able to move well. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be too heavy for my height. I'm gonna be overweight for my class. Like I'll be shorter, stockier, thicker than most guys in my weight class. It does not matter. I use my reach disadvantage to my advantage. I can use my cardiovascular conditioning to my advantage if I really work on that. I can also use skill to my advantage, because that's the thing, these things are trainable. You can't train your fucking height. Like who cares? So you take your body that you have, you do the best you can with it, and you fucking crush the others. Because here's the thing, yeah, I might have worse Taekwondo body type.
But what is the best Taekwondo body type?
More long, more lanky, etc. Here's the thing, like who cares? You do the fucking best you can. If you have a disadvantage, well, you have to create your own advantage. Get stronger than everyone in weight class. Get more conditioned than everyone in your weight class. Get the strongest mindset of everyone in weight class. Like this is the shit I'm gonna do. I'm losing right now all the time, but I'm gonna become a fucking beast and I'm gonna be shorter than everyone else simultaneously. And that is basically the Q&A. So like don't, yeah, to wrap this up, don't like focus on having perfect body type. focus on being the best that you can be with your body. And unless you're really trying to get into extremely high levels, which most of you aren't who are watching this. Like me, for example, I'm probably going to win a Swedish national championship in a weight class that is not suited to my body type. It might happen in a few years, it might happen this year, next year, I don't know, but that is the goal. I want to win a Swedish national championship in Taekwondo, and at a higher weight class than what would be recommended, and I am going to do it. It's just going to take time.
And I have got an amazing delts and traps workout from holding the camera for so long, so I hope you enjoyed my camera work.
Final epic. So it's recording. Sorry about that, I'm not the best with the camera, but yeah, Charlie is going to celebrate my first Q&A with a dip in the lake.
I really don't want to do this.
Woohoo!
It's actually quite nice.
Jag slutar filma eller?
Bro. Sluta filma när du vill.
Okay, thank you for this Q&A. Sorry if this angle is really bad. I enjoyed it very much. Very good questions. Next time, even more questions, even better questions. My delivery will be better, and this is going to be fucking epic. I'm probably going to start doing these Q&As every single week if this gets a good response and if people actually like this content. So, thank you and goodbye.
And I'm a fish.
Okay. Goodbye.